This is Chennai Live and my name is Rajiv. Now my friend, this is not one more show or one more lesson. Actually, இன்னைக்கு வந்து ஒரு சூப்பர்பான transformation. What's the difference between a lesson and a transformation? A lesson, like what you learnt in school or college, is something you learn, you use and you forget. But a transformation is something which you learn. You learn for life. You use it, it changes your life and changes the life of so many other people. But a transformation one is not just a physical thing. It's a mental thing that tells you you are set for a brand new life. Very common solvanga thane. When the student is ready, the master will arrive. Like we know, STR was ready and arrived Mr. Sandeep. On my show as well. Hi Sandeep, how are you?
Thank you so much for inviting me, bro.
No, thank you for coming. Of course, we've seen a lot of you at the gym. We've seen how you've developed yourself and so many people. And in the Vati, STR transformation has transformed Sandeep's image itself. For the public who did not know.
Thank you so much.
Tell me, how has life been for you before we go into everyone else?
It's been like I've been overwhelmed with all the wishes that, like, thank you so much for giving STR back.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving our king back. And, so much love they're showing me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. So,
You've given us back what we wanted and who we wanted.
Yeah, and I understand that aspect because, like, I've seen his previous VTV and all these movies where he's like, and his dance. He's a great dancer. And that kind of a person, and once I see him, at his initial phases of our transformation and what he is right now, he's like, he's radiating life now.
Namalku vande Simbu on screen, the dance, the romance, that style, that attitude, that we know. But Simbu off screen, the person from within, when you met him, said, yeah, I think he told you, transform me. Adu vande oru challenge maadhi irundhathu between you and Mahat. Adu vande oru kutti challenge irundhathu. He said you can't do it. And many people will say, Amma mudiyada, because Simbu Vande is in his mind of his own, in a world of his own. So how did you come and say, na inda ulagatha vande na rule pandra? I will change the man who has changed so many people and refusing to change.
So we had a challenge. Mahat was very, he wanted STR to change because they're very close friends.
Yeah.
And he wants everything good for Simbu. Correct. But at the same time, once he saw my way of training, because I transformed him into a six-pack, pre-wedding.
Correct.
So once he saw how I deal, when I am training you, I'm a different animal. Correct. I can be your best friend outside the gym, but when I'm training you, if you don't do stuff which I tell you,
you will take out that work.
Yeah. So, he was constantly telling me that, brother, STR, Simbu and all will not listen to you, brother. I'm thinking, how will you transform him? I want you to transform him, but no chance. This and all, if you do, he'll just walk away.
And enakku theriyo that this man loves challenges. If you tell him something, neenga vandu mudiyadu, you cannot, he will say, now I will show it to you how I do it. Correct? That is your mindset.
So it's always good to be challenged, because that is something which you think, you process, and you become something. And by disproving what other people think is a fact, I get some kind of a high.
Yeah.
So, you have to have these small highs in life to be able to, wake up and look forward for something. Correct. Otherwise, life becomes boring.
So, actually, you're getting for your own challenge. You took this up to prove something to yourself and to Mahat as a friend.
Yeah.
Now, when we see transformation, we see a before photo or after photo. That's everyone is seeing that. What he was, what he is, before and after. And during the stage and within that stage, there's so much of high and low.
Correct.
When you saw STR for the first time, probably overweight, maybe in the mind slightly demotivated, not wanting to change, laid back attitude. How did you analyze him first time when you saw him? What did you think and say, "Sari, idella thevaigal irukku"? What were the rules, regulations, terms and conditions you told him you have to do this and leave this? What was it?
So first time when I met him in his house, in his huge bathroom.
You met him in the bathroom?
In the bathroom. He has a room. It's not a bathroom. It's like this big.
Oh.
So, bathroom is just one part of it. So he likes to, he has his books, what he studies. He has his spiritual books. He has his, he studies a lot. He reads a lot. So, and he has his laptop. He has his music system. He has
treadmill mattum illa.
Treadmill also is there.
Who's there but not
But
using.
it's just something is hanging on it.
Property.
Yeah.
Set property.
Everything is there. But he was basically, like I've seen you work with Mahat and brother will start working out. That's that.
STR has influenced you also.
So that was like for me, I said okay, but I was inside my head thinking, he doesn't seem to have the desire and
the passion and the nerpu and the
yeah,
fire
when people, when you have the desire, it shows.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see that. I was very worried, and I was completely, I have taken up a challenge, and how do I get him to want something so badly that he'll achieve that, because at the end of the day it's your desire. Suddenly I had to go to London for another job which I already signed up for. So this period I was in London for a month, and that period Mahat was calling me like every alternate day, and brother, you started and you left, and whatever good was happening to him is gone. And he is like doing this, he's not at all, I don't know, he's not lifting my phone also. And he gave me a different image saying that, it's lost. Challenge before even getting started, it's lost.
Yeah.
So
the London Bridge has fallen down. And the madri.
So, but when I came back, and he was like, what are you doing? I just asked him, what's happening? So he's like, just stay quiet. He took out 2 of his fitness. He has a habit of having 2 fitness watches.
Okay.
He showed me both. Every day, around 27,000 to 30,000 steps.
Ooh.
At 102, 101 body weight is not easy.
Very
at
difficult.
all.
Yeah.
For a person whose body weight lies around 75 on a healthy scale, 25 kgs higher, and to be able to walk that many steps is a big thing.
Brilliant.
So even if I couldn't see that desire in him, from his actions I was completely sold that this person wants to change. And that day, in the lift, I remember telling him that, let's kill it. And he was like, he already knows that he is going to transform. That was his confidence.
The laid back attitude is not
Yeah,
lack of interest.
correct.
Laid back attitude anyway na panna pora edhukku ippo pesradhukku.
Correct. So he is a different, like his way of, his expressions, his approach towards things is completely different. And he doesn't show, that much excitement. But at the end of the day, when I said, let's kill it, he was like, okay, now Now onwards, don't listen to Mahat, is what he said.
First candidate for you.
First you ask me. Don't ask Mahat about me. So in a fun way again.
Yeah.
So that day changed everything, and then from the day after.
How was the journey? Because ninga vande London you saw this man wants to do it and he will do it.
Correct.
But then it's your part which you always do. Mentally you get the man ready. Physically you tweak the man. Whether it's a diet, whether it's a lifestyle, whether a morning routine sleep routine breathing you have a part in the entire lifestyle.
Correct.
So நீங்க எந்த inputs கொடுத்திருக்கீங்க that you think has actually impacted this wonderful transformation?
So I really believe that not only training is just one part of the transformation, but it's this order: sleep, nutrition, training. It's not training first. So when you take care of your sleep, your body recovers faster, your hormone balance in the body gets set. And when you take care of your nutrition, you are putting in something which is very nutritious, and that becomes you. So if you put junk and you put junk in a dustbin, in a day that will smell. If you put vegetables outside also, they don't rot that easily. So you have to be very careful on what you're consuming.
Correct.
training comes later. You know, that the third most important part is training.
I can tell you one thing, Sandeep. All of them watching the show now will say, sleep now, I'm doing very well. Dane. 8 hours sleep, I'm doing very nicely. What is good sleep? Actually, on the 8 hours of sleep, on the just over duration, seriya. Idu on the ningle solukkinga. It's not the quantity of sleep, it's the quality of sleep that needs to be focused on.
Correct.
So what is quality of
like
sleep?
for all you guys watching, sleep is very important, and you know, you have a lot of stress. People take a lot of stress. Nobody has stress. People, you know, your how you accept it and how you take it on your system, you know, converts to stress. And when stress increases, your cortisol hormone in your blood increases. And once that is high, no other hormone rules. That's the king. So, you know, making sure that you have a peace of mind, making sure that, you know, you're stress free, doing activities like meditation, breath work, and you know, like whatever it takes for you to be in a certain state of mind before you sleep. You know, being grateful, thanking, you know, doing a prayer before sleeping, all these small things, and staying away from your cell phone, which I think is not possible in today's world.
Everyone looks at
But
the
then everybody
sleep.
wants to sleep next to the charging point. So, you know, making sure that you sleep a good quality sleep of 6 hours is enough. Like, I don't, you know, in a day of high performance and the society we're staying in, 8 hours of sleep is a luxury.
Correct.
And people who are, you know, at the top of the ladder in any field, they can't afford that. So
they believe less sleep is hard work. And the mindset when the people are, I slept only 2 hours, I slept only 4 hours. That's a sign of hard work. But that's not smart work.
And I like, believe me or not, Simbu also was doing this. Like, he was like, I'm ready. So I was like, I used to have fights with him saying that, you know, you sleep more. I don't want you to train. You have to understand that whatever you're extracting, you know, your earning, your career, your relationships, everything depend on this. And if you don't take enough care of this, you are basically cheating yourself. So that is something which people have to understand.
Correct.
And then this transformation starts.
And like you said, it should come from within.
Within, yeah.
So you know, one more thing that you're saying, this is our tool. Anna, this is something that's not, that you said is a life transformation. When you start realizing that you need to be calm, stress the peaceful, learn to tackle the challenges of life in a very calm way. What STR did, relaxed, bathroom relaxed. Okay, so that is something I want to go into, because over person different on a lifestyle. Some people believe 6-pack in the transformation only for actors. It's only for the celebrities. Or anyone can do it provided they follow these simple rules, or everyone needs a Sandeep.
See, it's to answer your question, it's not, see, everybody has the same. We are all the same being. You know, you are a human, I am a human. So
you are an animal. At the gym, you are an animal.
So, you know, like, you know, celebrities are just one
source of inspiration.
Correct. Because you always look up to somebody, and because in the movies they do unimaginable stuff. So, and there is a craze. Like, if I love somebody, there is no logic to it.
Correct.
And you know, I've seen fandom in Chennai especially that it's mad. For say, be it for Rajnikant, be it for Dhoni, be it for Simbu, it's there. It's like, you know, people love him. So,
like a god, you're worshipped.
So once, what Simbu was like, we should not talk anything. Let's do the work, and then let people talk and get inspired.
Correct.
Because I know my capacity. I'm telling you guys that your star, Mr. Silambarasan, will be very happy if each and every one of you take this up and transform yourself in whatever capacity you can.
Correct.
And get better, get healthier. So that is something which he will.
That is the true achievement. That's the true love that they can give back.
Correct. Nothing else. He doesn't want anything else. He has everything. The only thing which he craves for is your love and you guys to be healthy.
Correct.
So that is something which you can give.
Very well said. Absolutely true. I think for you, one day, the transformation is only the first step to spread the positivity, to spread the awareness of health and importance. One day is the journey that you and Simbu are
If you remember, we had a conversation in your studio, and that point of time also, I was always, you know, wanting to reach more people.
Sandeep, before we move on to the other things and the other people that you have transformed, let's talk finally about the Simbu and the journey from now on. Okay, many people, when they saw that photo first, they had different comments. I want to know from you and from Simbu, this is the journey you all had, and when you saw that picture when it released.
So I'll tell you a small incident which happened. We were in Kochi.
Okay.
And we were in Marriott, I think.
Bathroom.
No. The room. So in Marriott, when they knew that Simbu was going to come, they had their own arrangements saying that they printed a picture of Simbu and thank you for staying with us. This is what hotels do.
Yeah.
So when we reached the room and somebody is coming with a cake and giving him that, he's confused whether this person is Simbu or
Where is Simbu?
Simbu is somewhere else. Because when you search in Google, Simbu first picture, there's a fat version of him with a black shirt. You guys can see.
Yeah.
So that was the picture which was printed. And then this time, if you see the pictures, he had a
long
complete beard. And he's like, right now he's around 69.8.
Now tell me a bit, when it comes to the food and the daily lifestyle, what was it that Simbu was having, or what is it that the diet should be like? What did you advise to him and you advise to the people as well? Because I know one thing, I want Simbu's, not the bathroom, but at least the sleep routine, the food routine, to do and not to do. It applies to everybody.
Correct.
But what was it that you told them, which was the do's and the don'ts?
So mainly his lifestyle was,
Wake up early morning?
Sleep early morning. His lifestyle was like that.
Okay.
So, the starting point was very shabby. So for me, the
body
first
clock hai wearing.
So for me, instead of getting him onto a strict diet, which he may just throw it out of the window. For me, the whole, like, what I understood Simbu was like, he likes gradual changes. And then once he understands that what it is doing to his system, then he'll ask you more.
Correct.
So that whole equation was very clear for me. So initially I just wanted him to take out junk, no fried foods, no sugar, and limited amount of salt.
Correct.
So, add more vegetables. These came into picture later. So once we started the diet with, we didn't count any calories. We were eating nicely because, he loves food and he used to cook. And amazing chef.
So some people are asking, were you with him 24 hours a day?
No, so
you have your wife to go back to.
That point of time I was not married.
Oh, okay.
So for me it's very, like, when I take up a transformation, it's very personal. So I love, like I have fights with my wife, she'll kill me. So, but then I take my work very seriously. For me, work is worship. So, when a client, when I get an understanding that by being with somebody and by just, being there, see, when you're with somebody, you're creating another energy system there.
Correct.
As a, when people start talking, they feel comfortable with you. And then we share, conversations make people. So, I understood that he needed somebody to talk to and to express, because he was going through, see, when you go through, losing 25 kgs, you become a different person, as I told you.
So was he sad, depressed, lethargic, negative on certain approaches? Was it like that which you have tweaked around?
So he was just tired of everything. He was just tired that people had a certain image of him, whatever, like, he was not doing anything wrong to anybody. And then why are there a set of people who are just creating an image which is bad? This is something wrong, Sandeep. So he used to feel very emotionally sad that there exists a group of people in the society who always want to, do bad or talk bad about somebody. And that doesn't limit to Simbu. That, there's so much around us, and people, instead of telling anything positive to you, so for example, if you've started walking, just walking, if I can't encourage you, I should not say anything wrong to you.
Correct. Don't be negative. Don't contribute is okay, but don't be negative.
Correct.
Don't pull the person
So
down.
that is something which triggered him a lot. But he made a choice that, he doesn't want, if there is negativity going on, he just used to just get up and walk away from the room. Because he's like, I just have this much time on this planet. I don't want to waste it. So that was very, like, for me to, what image I had through people and what I'm seeing
is completely
different. And then that was something which, I was, excited, saying that, I am waiting for you to come there. And I was like, let's do it fast.
Did you all have any fights or disagreements? Like, I'm in Govanda. Was it something like that? Because obviously through a journey, a relationship, you will have this tussle.
Always in the gym, we had fights. When I tell something that he curses me, he says that,
which was the bad language they used to use on you.
I can't tell that here, but you know, at the end of the day, by cursing also, he used to just do it.
Yeah.
Like, are you happy now? You killed me. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? So this is something which is normal, and you know, it's a fun thing only, and I like to, you know, experiment with people and, you know, push them to the limit. So in that approach, there is some kind of moments like this, and we have to cherish that
it's
also.
Great. I mean, you take back all of this with you. We'll talk
Yeah.
about your best moments, because one day y'all might not know this, or y'all ought to know this, that Sandeep has a lot more. Of course, STR is one crown on his head, but other tavra, so many other actors, whether it's Shantanu, whether it's Prasanna, whether it's Samantha, Varalakshmi Sharad Kumar, Arun Vijay. Maybe I missed a few, but there are so many. But before we move on to that, Sandeep, tell me, what is the one thing that you have learned from this transformation? Yeah, I know when you work with someone, you change, you learn something. So what have you learned from this experience?
So one major learning for me from this experience is that, you know, like how important it is to be purpose driven and not just a surface level goal, because I always tell my clients that you have to have a higher purpose in life to be able to transform, not just six pack. Wait for 3 months, do what I'm telling you to do. You will not even six pack, you will get an 8-pack also if you have the genetics. So, you know, that is just a clockwork. But then more than that, the whole approach towards life, towards everything, every aspect, every sphere of life, that is something which, you know, was very special for me, because I was seeing him practicing that on a regular daily, because I was able to travel with him. You know, he was talking, we were conversing, we went into, you know, spirituality, how to be more aware and conscious. So, you know, there's a lot more STR can offer, not just the movies.
As an
I'm waiting for the, you know, him to come out and, you know, spread the love. And
Siri, okay, one more thing. Two things people have actually asked me to ask you.
Okay.
Which is, has he ever hinted that politics is the next step for him?
No.
Do you believe he would eventually go there? Other purpose then, because
I wish
but no.
he does, but I don't know. He may,
from the master,
he may do something different also. He may not be, you know, he doesn't want to fight, and he doesn't want to, you know, either
wants to
you or
serve.
me.
Yeah.
It's not that is not his.
Serve everyone.
Yeah, he's basically wanting to work something for humanity. He wants to, you know, challenge everybody. Like there's a saying of Swami Vivekananda: "Arise, awake, and stop not till your goal is reached."
Correct.
So that is something which he's, you know, he stands by.
Lastly, you know, when there's so much, there's always a cloud of negativity. When people looked at this and said, "Idu vandu Photoshop danda," look at it and say, "Idu vandu complete steroid case. There's something else to all of this." When they take away the hard work and the effort, ungaloda reply on the end. What is the contribution of Photoshop and steroids in this case?
So I would say one thing to everybody watching, that if you, as I told you, if you cannot enjoy, and if you cannot appreciate what somebody has gone through, and when somebody is transformed, they go through a lot. And you know, when you cannot appreciate that or congratulate him or her, please don't talk to them. Just remove them from a system. Please don't spread any negativity, because it's very easy for people who are lie down on the couch saying that this is Photoshop. This is just the same evening. There was another picture which was leaked from his shooting spot.
Correct.
And then where was Photoshop in that? So, you know, you will see the next pictures coming in. I'm trying to leak it. We are working on a transformation video. He's taken it very personally, and I can't say more than this. He's giving his own voice to it.
Oh wow! Okay, so it's going to be like a movie of sorts.
It's something like
mini
that.
Documentary kind of
something like that, and it's going to be very informative and very motivational.
Exclusive news only on Chennai Live. Please watch this. And would you confirm that this is a natural transformation?
This is a completely natural transformation, and I know as a person how much he's gone through. And you know, we went from carb cycling diet to a keto diet to a like, you know, because he was not able to just avoid carbs, and naturally he dislikes fruits. So, you know, we had to work towards something, and in a phase we went into liquid diets for 6 to 8 weeks. And then once his system became more your senses are more alive, because when you start putting food in your system, first job for your body is to digest.
And that's a tiring process.
Correct. If you see him eating meals also, he got into a practice that he enjoys the quantity of meals he has. Right now he's vegetarian, pure vegetarian.
Oh, okay.
So in the set also he takes time out for his lunch. He doesn't rush it. He enjoys the food, and once you enjoy the food, thank the Almighty that food is on the plate. It nourishes you in a different way, and I believe
the reaction and the energy that goes in is different.
because it becomes you.
Correct.
And when you want to better yourself, when you're putting something which becomes you, when you don't respect that, you will never change.
Very true. Very well said. Very, very well said. But like I told you, he told you, the STR chapter is not over. I'm telling you, this part of the show is over, but there's a lot more to talk to Sandeep about himself, the other clients, the other celebrity influences, and most importantly, this is your chance to transform, whether it's body, mind, soul, or thought. All this coming up with Sandeep only on Chennai Live. Stay locked in.
And recently in lockdown, I worked with Samantha.
That was a big thing. Women and weight, some people said women.